I made $112,683 off this piece of land, and in today's video I'm going to break it down step by step from how I found the land, how I designed the layout, and the whole soft cost process so that you can do the exact same thing too. So I actually found this deal listed on the market by a realtor, and I've been listed for over a year with multiple price drops. You see, they first listed this lot for $500,000, but after just 2 weeks, they dropped the price to $350,000. It then went under contract, but the buyers backed out a month later. So they then dropped the price to $330,000, where it sat there for 4 more months before it went under contract again. However, the second buyers also backed out of their deal 1 month later. After that, the sellers dropped the price significantly to $260,000, where it sat for another 2.5 months before it went under contract once again. However, the same story happened and the buyers backed out a month later. Then 2 months later, I made an offer for $180,000 before we finally negotiated and settled on $200,000 for the lot. So the sellers had the property on the market for a year and 3 months before I finally bought it for 40% of their original asking price. While I was doing due diligence, I kept asking myself, why did it go under contract and then fall out of contract so many times? Like, what was wrong with this lot? So I asked the listing agent, why did the other buyers back out? And what she told me was that there are these AT&T utility boxes right here on the lot. As you can see, the property line is right here where the flag is. So this is inside the boundary of my lot. And the reason is this lot only has 80 feet wide of frontage along this road right here. And normally with 80 feet of frontage, you can build 3 homes. 3 homes facing the street called front loaders, where you can pull in directly on the driveway into your house. However, with these AT&T boxes right here, that eliminated frontage road to build a 3rd home. So this lot, even though it's big enough for 3 homes, you can only build 2 homes that are front loaders facing the street due to having these boxes in the way. However, all these buyers were looking at this lot with the wrong approach. I realized that this lot is 80 feet wide and 103 feet deep. And I realized instead of having to face the street perpendicular, you can put a shared driveway along one side right here on the right and build 4 houses facing parallel to the street facing this way. And with the 103 feet deep, that's enough depth or width that way to fit 4 homes if I built them up 3 stories. So while everyone was still thinking about your 2 traditional front loader homes where you can only design 2 homes on this lot, I was able to think outside the box and redesign and reconfigure the lot to fit 4 homes on a shared driveway. So a shared driveway setup is very common here in Houston to maximize the number of homes you can fit on the lot. However, when you do a shared driveway, you have to design underground retention to prevent flooding, and you need a civil engineer to do this. This means more expenses on the soft cost, and it takes longer to get the permits, as well as your build costs will be more expensive as well. So while the land was under contract, I did an existing condition survey to verify all the deed restrictions and all the easements to make sure I could actually fit 4 homes on this lot. And the survey came back clean, meaning I can fit the 4 homes like I wanted. So I bought the land for $200,000, the closing costs ran $2,600, and the survey ran $2,500. Once I closed on the lot, I immediately had my re-plat guy start subdividing the lot into 4 individual lots. This process normally takes 6 to 8 weeks, and my re-plat guy charged me $7,500. While the re-plat was going on, I paid a geotechnical engineer to go out to the lot and do a soil report. They basically take several samples throughout the lot, bring it back to the lab and test the soil composition, and that helps the structural engineer determine what type of foundation he can design for the land. The soil report cost me $1,300, and the whole process took them about 3 weeks. Now, the replat for this specific project took longer because since it's a shared driveway, the civil engineer has to submit preliminary drainage plans before the replat can be approved. So hiring the civil engineer for the preliminary drainage plans and the plan and profile and everything needed for permitting cost me $10,000. And while all that is going on, my architect begins working on a set of custom plans for the 4 homes to fit on the lot. It's going to be one plan repeated 4 times for 4 identical homes. And my architect charges me $1.15 per square feet for the architectural plans and $1.15 per square feet for the structural plans. That's for the first set of custom plans, and any repeat plans after that is half the price. So for example, for this project, he's charging me $2.30 a square foot for both architectural and structural plans for the first house. Then the 3 other houses, since they're repeating the same exact floor plan, those 3 houses are charged at half the price, or $1.15 a square foot for both architectural and structural plans. So the total cost for the architectural and structural plans came out to just under $10,000. The whole idea is to have multiple things going on at once to streamline the process. So the architect is designing the custom plans while the replat is going on. So ideally, once the replat is officially complete and recorded with the county, the architect can immediately submit the plans to the city to start permitting. I also have my architect submit for the WCR letters, and this stands for Wastewater Capacity Reservation. It's basically a flat fee the city charges to allow the new homes to tie into the existing public water and sewer system. Since you're adding more homes, you're adding more usage and more load onto the public system. For the impact fees, it came out to just over $15,000 for all 4 homes. So once the replat was finalized, my architect immediately submitted the plans to the city of Houston to get approval. And while that was going on, I took that same set of plans and sent it to my rendering person to create 3D realistic renders of the home. The reason I do this is 1, I can use the photos for pre-sale for marketing when the house is still being built. But 2, I also get an idea and a visualization of how the floor plan looks like, as it's exactly to scale to the floor plan, and I can play around the design and the colors and make any other adjustments I need to make and let my architect know. I paid $950 for the renderings, and after another 6 weeks, the plans were finally approved by the city of Houston, and I had to pay the final permit fees that ran $6,300. Now, the original plan was to build the 4 homes, as I built 2 other developments in the same exact neighborhood. And I already had the construction loan approved and ready to close from my local bank. However, at the time, the market was starting to soften up with lots of new construction inventory and homes just sitting on the market. Now, normally I don't worry about that because I know my design is going to be nicer than all the competition and my homes will still sell fast. But I wasn't so sure of the shared driveway, as there weren't that many shared driveway comps in that immediate area. So instead of going forward with the build, I decided to be conservative and I decided to sell everything off to another builder, turnkey, shovel ready. That means I sold the land, the plans, the plat, the surveys, permits, everything approved and ready to break ground. And it's a great exit strategy because a lot of builders are looking to start building other properties, but they don't want to wait through the unknown of how long it will take to get plans and permits approved. We ended up agreeing on a sales price of $375,000. So let's break down all the numbers of this deal. I bought the land for $200,000. The closing cost on the purchase was $2,600. I paid for a survey that was $2,500. The replat was $7,500. The soil report was $1,300. And the civil engineering plans was $10,000. As well as the architectural and structural plans ran $10,000 as well. The impact fees ran $15,000. The renderings were $950, and the city permit fees were $6,300. I also paid property tax for the year that I held the property, and that came out to $2,400. Now, I sold the property for $375,000, and the sales closing cost was just under $3,400. So my net profit at the end of the day was $112,683. Now, this project took way longer than I expected. I thought I would have everything, plans and permits, shovel ready in about 7 or 8 months. However, I tried a new civil engineer for this project, and he was super slow at communication and at sending in the plans to the city of Houston, that this whole project took me actually a year and 2 months. However, I still made a nice 6-figure profit at the end of the day on this deal. And the great part about this strategy is it's very scalable, as there's no real work involved for you as the owner, as everything is subbed out turnkey to the architect, to the civil engineer, to the replat person, to the geotechnical engineer. So it's very scalable and you can do multiple of these lot subdivisions at the same exact time. Land deals, especially subdividing and entitling the land so it's shovel ready to sell to other builders, can be very lucrative. This is just another exit strategy in my tool belt for lots that I get at a good price that I'm not too sure if I want to build on, that I can still resell and make a hefty profit. If you found this video useful, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel to see more videos like this where I give you actual deals and tons of advice and tips.